What's up, everyone? This is ACDC's TNT. I'm getting back on this game, which all in all I've been enjoying. The puzzles have really been twisting my brain. Now after studying this image right here, I suspect maybe that's some spoilers for the later part of the story, but anyway. I'm not gonna lie, I peeked at the guide again, and I'm kinda happy I did, just because anyway, now the answer seems semi-obvious. I guess I was just being bombarded with so many details, I couldn't connect any dots. But I solved that puzzle that looked like that meme. I'm surprised it's taking this long to load this game. It shouldn't be that resource intensive. My headache went away for now. It may come back though after wearing these cheap headphones. I don't know why this is taking so long to load. Alright, so what it wanted you to do, at this it says Castell, right? They all say Castell. But then you look at this,
Hobbs wasn't the only one interested in the human tower in the painting.
and it says Saints, right? Or Saints? I assume that meant Saints, and probably still does. But that means you choose Castel del Saints. See? Right, not that complicated. But when you have all these images on the board, and then when you examine the actual photo, and there's so many little details, yeah, pardon me if like I didn't put that together. Got a little distracted.
Castel del Saints. I think Saints means saints.
That's what Marquez wrote on the photo.
So that would make a Castel del Saints a tower of saints.
Like in the painting. This must be the clue.
I hope so. Can we leave now? I'm seeing more pieces for some puzzle right here, so.
We had La Malediction, but we needed to try and figure out who killed Hobbs.
Do we? Can't we leave that for the police for once?
Whoever did this was a professional. We need to be careful.
Hey, is there anything else to look at?
That wouldn't work.
Okay. Has something to do with the skylight.
The mechanism for the skylight was old and corroded. The skylight was slightly ajar. The skylight was leaking. Hobbs had been using the bucket to catch the water. Just had to loosen the cap a little and...
Okay.
The skylight was slightly ajar.
What did that accomplish?
The skylight was slightly ajar. The mechanism for the skylight was old and corroded.
I don't understand what they're trying to have me do here.
That
None of this makes sense.
it didn't work. They didn't go. Well, that did.
Okay. It's gonna let me leave this room because that will.
It was a pair of old sandals.
No.
We had La Malediccio, but we needed to try and figure out who killed Hobbs.
Okay. So everything we need, we should already have.
Washing brushes in the sink would have just made them dirtier.
Can we interact with this thing at all? No, that's like a water heater, right? Okay. Old and corroded.
That wouldn't have worked.
What's the point of blowing this open, though?
The skylight was slightly ajar.
No, it's more than slightly ajar.
Hobbs lay dead on the floor.
Wait, frame.
Take a look at this. Someone's cut out a painting from this frame in a hurry. The canvas left around the frame looks just like La Malediccio. If we've got the original,
Then whoever killed Hobbs has grabbed themselves a forgery. I guess this pretty much ties up the investigation, George.
yep, should be enough to get Nave off my back.
In the end, it was all about money.
And greed. Medovsky wanted to sell the painting and claim the insurance.
And he didn't care how many people he killed along the way. So what now? Hand over everything to the police?
I guess so. With what we found out, Langham should have no trouble picking up Medovsky in Spain. I do wonder what that secret map points to.
You still think the evil Gnostics are behind it all?
I don't know. But I do have questions that haven't been answered.
Such as?
Well, what do those symbols on the painting mean? What was Marquez really up to? Why was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis hidden under layers of paint?
And why is the building on fire?
And what did you say fire? We need to get out of here.
How'd you know the building was on fire?
Washing brushes in the...
Can't we just turn on the sink? Well, we're gonna die because I don't know what to do. Hey, throw this over the skylight.
Make any...
Okay, well, it was worth a shot, okay? I hope this seriously isn't timed. Dust sheet. What's this dust sheet for?
That wouldn't work.
Any suggestions? Oh yeah, let's go look at the pin board.
Hobbs had a bullet.
Can I look at the pin board again, or is he gonna be like, nah? Oh, seriously? And it's saved. Oh my gosh. This
Not a
maybe?
snowball's chance.
Okay. Paper clip?
Well, it's
Oh, I meant to select. Hey, why did it do that?
that.
Wait, can I get that chain back?
I wasn't gonna open that door with a fire on the other side of it.
Guess not.
The door led back to Hobbs's studio. I'd already listened to the answer phone.
Well, you know, you can maybe call, I don't know, the fire department.
Rickenbacker could wait. The painting was part of something much bigger than an insurance claim.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what it wants me to fucking do. I used the crowbar. I still haven't used the yarn or this. But for what? Alright. Am I missing something? Just as far as I can go. Okay.
Whoever had taken the painting was going to be disappointed. Nico,
Yes, Josh?
any ideas?
I think we start looking for another way out, and fast.
I'm looking.
No Okay. It clearly wants me to go through the skylight. I just don't know what it wants me to do. I already used this. I don't think it has any more relevance. Okay, can we use this on this?
That was never going to work.
Well, okay. Mr. Optimistic.
Nope.
Okay, well, nothing else is making sense.
That.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to look up a guide again already, but I don't know what the fuck it wants me to do. Okay.
Tying the sheet to the crowbar made a halfway decent grappling hook. This should help us get out of here. After you, Nico. Terrific. Out of the fire into the frying pan.
Wait, George! Isn't that...
Langham. Oh, thank God. Hey, Langham!
Langham! Help! We're up here!
Quick. Round here.
Why didn't he help us?
I don't know. Maybe because he started the fire. Because he wanted to kill us.
Why?
I have no idea.
You think he killed Hobbs?
Could be. Maybe Simeon too.
So who is he? And who does he really work for?
I don't know. But I do know one thing. This is not over.
George, do you hear that?
London's finest. Now you be nice to the firemen.
So what now?
Now, we go to Spain, in search of the Castel del Sans and the Tabula Veritatis. Nico and I had thought the adventure was over. Actually, we'd only just started. Nothing was what it seemed. On a trail of corruption and greed, we'd stumbled upon a murderous conspiracy. A conspiracy whose roots lay in mysteries older than the written word. We didn't really have any choice. Catalonia, the foothills of the Pyrenees. After a short flight and a long drive, Nico and I arrived at Castel del Sans. Back in London, we'd tracked down La Malediccio, and had started to unravel its secrets. The painting was a coded map to the location of the Tabula Veritatis, an ancient artifact which Father Simeon had claimed could raise the devil, and for which he and others had already been murdered. We had to find the tabula before the killers. We knew they would stop at nothing. Let's just hope we got here before the bad guys.
Seems quiet enough.
Looks like nobody's been here for years.
Must have been a beautiful place, once upon a time. You think the tabula is really going to be here?
Somewhere, if we can just decode the painting. Well, it looks deserted.
Deserted? I don't think so.
Did you see who it was?
No, the sun was in my eyes.
Looks like somebody's beating us to it.
But who? Medovsky?
Langham?
Whoever it is, we need to get in there.
All right. You make a diversion. I'll try and reach some cover. And be careful.
Are you kidding? You're the one who's going to get shot. The place looked run down and deserted. Parts of the wall had fallen down. I had been using it to clean up Adam's apartment. In the rush to escape, I must have left it in my pocket. George had a golf club once made by the same company. On its own, the map wasn't going to fool anyone. A rusty old helmet lay on the ground. It was an old helmet. A helmet on a pole? Always useful. I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait. Go! Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. The shots were coming from inside the house. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. The old tree offered cover from the shooter. The tree was way too sturdy for me to shake any apples down. Uh-oh! Ouch! Oh, heck. The old tree off. The apples were bruised. That wouldn't make any sense. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. I was having a powerful sense of déjà vu. I'd never got on with goats. Good goat. No, 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 no! Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. Now, I needed the cookie to feed Trevor. I couldn't let the goat eat Trevor. Look what I got for you, little fella. Look what I got for you, little fella. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. No, 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 no. Well, it seemed like a good idea. Not a snowball. They did. A pile of apples had just been laid on a sheet, just out of the goat's reach. A pile of old brandy bottles had been discarded behind the car. Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. The side view mirror glinted in the sun. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection. Even while he was eating, the goat had turned away, and I decided to leave him alone. That would be pointless. Hey, what? Whoa! I needed a better idea. The view was beautiful. I wish I had time to enjoy it. Nope, I need... The old car was riddled with bullet holes. I needed a better... That would be pointless. Never in a month of Sundays. The sun was blinding. I blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
The shooter was just an old man in a straw hat with a large gun. Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Please, put the gun down.
No. Leave now, or I shoot.
All we want is a quick look inside the Castell.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait! I have important information.
Vostè, venghi a me.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
Please, put the gun down. I'm not armed.
And I'm still not hearing an explanation.
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like a woman who's seen the world.
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and me in one sentence.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look,
Where did you get this?
in London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You? How did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, La Maledictio.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this.
But something interesting?
The painting. It is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests. Full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool. Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. Ramon, gun in hand, was peering through the old window. A few words, senor?
Good. Bye.
I'm sorry?
You wanted a few words. I just gave you 2.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department. It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll beneath the shield read Puicharda. The scroll below the shield read Girona. It was a circular stained glass window. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. It also matched the pose of the figures in Simeon's picture. The carved figure was like the bearded man in the painting. It also reminded me of the figures from the illustration in Simeon's notes. The carved trees bore a remarkable resemblance to the ones in Simeon's notes. La Maledizio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. The scroll below the shield read Lorette de Mar. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll beneath the shield read Bescara. The scroll below the shield read Berga. The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll beneath the shield read Figueres. The scroll below the shield read Tremp. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suert. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. There was a piece of stone on the ground. It looked like a discarded statue. There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? It looked like this part of the Castel had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble. The door was locked. Large double doors blocked the way. It was Marquez. He was studying La Maledizio. Senor Marquez?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, the Serpent? And what did it mean, La Maledictio, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a castell. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
When were you last here, Signor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Malédiction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the castell, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with the little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed, taken in this very building many years ago.
I found this.
My father had a collection of those.
Take a look at this.
Did you break this?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malédiction.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malédiction, the better. You shall get back to it.
The photo was of the Marquez family. The fireplace, La Maledizio, now hung above it. I had to get closer before trying that. Marquez said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear. The plinths looked...
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the castle?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. The blue-colored statue was robed with a bald head and bare feet. The blue statue was missing its head. Only his robes and sandaled feet remained. The fountain had stopped working long ago. Eva looked like she meant business. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, Signor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
What do you make of this?
They're sketches of my father's painting.
The artist paid for the knowledge with his life.
Figures. That painting brings bad luck to everyone who gets near it.
Do these notes mean anything to you?
Some old religious texts. So what?
I didn't think she'd be interested. Eva, meet Trevor. You don't have a problem with him?
No, my bar is full of them.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
I have this aftershave. What do you think?
I think you should keep it to yourself.
The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. The wind chime was... It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. There was no way I was going near that goat again. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. The medallion Marquez's father wore, it was strange that Marquez didn't want it back. Finally, La Malediccio was back in its rightful place. Part of the family photograph was missing. The very section that was so clear in Nico's photo. it was La Melody. Part of the family folk. The very set. Senor Marquez? Anything else about...
I keep telling you.
Do you think the Tabula Veritatis was hidden here?
Perhaps. Who knows?
Nico and I are risking our lives for you. You really can't tell us any more?
Truly, I do not know.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
Eva isn't a Gnostic?
As a child, she was shown the truth that is Gnosticism, but she has not chosen its path.
Are you sure you don't want your medallion back?
I am sure. I know you will find a use for it. You should get back to it.
Why didn't Marquez want his medallion back? I held up the medallion to the fireplace.
Georges, what are you...
Hold on. I'm waiting to see if...
Nothing happened.
Huh. It was one of those ideas that worked better in theory. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. Yeah, I decided against doing that again. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. If I looked hard enough, I'd find the answers I needed. There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the front of the fireplace. It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonia. It was a castle. Yeah. It looked like this part of the... That was almost a... On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same. Senor Marquez? Anything else?
I keep... We must hurry up and figure...
I only had a few. I had to get close. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace behind them, I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malediccio. The first passage read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the Credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the Tree of Life. I wondered what it all meant. The painting. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. The orb in the old man. The church clearly had a long history of demonizing the Gnostics. Yeah. The carved figure was like the bearded man in the painting. The carved figure is. I'd put some statues above the fireplace. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. I'd put some... That wouldn't work. If I looked hard enough...
Ah, what is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Georges? Georges! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint. Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Ganon. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Ganon was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, Who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainen just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Gainen's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library. There was a crate of brandy amongst the mess in the great hall. Apparently Ramon drank them all. Must have been some night. The bookcase held old Catalan books. I wouldn't be able to read them. The hall had collections of old items everywhere. Ramon claimed he had tidied the place up.